What's going down, everybody? This is Vidal Carmenita, formerly Gorilla Insight. I changed my name because it's a little bit easier to spell and remember, and I'm not going by my real name because I don't want any of the work that my grandpa has done to get confused with this work. Um, and we have the same exact name. I'm actually the third, so I don't want to get it confused. So I'm just gonna go by this name. I'm Vidal Carmenita. Seems a little bit easier. But what I do is I like to create little books and calendars, as you see right here, exposing and showing how the cabal operates. With gematria and numerology, and and what I have created here is what I call the 2025 kill calendar. Um, Basically, we'll just start right here. Of course, what's the main feature of this calendar is the kill date, because that is like the most practiced uh, gematria and numerology ritual date on the calendar, I feel. Basically, what the kill date is the date numerology that matches the gematria of the word kill. And you'll see time and time again there's a celebrity death, or sometimes it's a tragic, uh, maybe a terrorist attack or something like that. There were a couple years ago was school shootings and stuff, but usually it's just a person that they sacrifice on that day. And like on this calendar, also featured that I have on here is last year's kill date victims. Um, on January 19th, Adam Harrison, the son of Rick Harrison of the Pawn Stars. Luis Vasquez of the band Soft Moon. Not really familiar with him or the band, but they were, signed to the devil, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Vincent Frail on April 16th, 2024. Shannon Doherty, July 13th, 2024. Shannon Doherty, okay, died. Famous actor on 90210. And I think, what's that other one? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, something like that. I could be wrong on that one. But she's a very popular, famous, well-known actress. And then Top Chef Master Naomi Pomery. You'll even see like contestants that contributed in reality TV also die by the numbers. In this case, the kill date, and that was also the same day the Trump assassination attempt, which is most likely a HOAX, but you know it's part of the ritual still. And then August 12th, Rachel Lillis, she was a Pokemon voice actress. September 11th, 2024, kill date, Chad McQueen, the son of Steve McQueen. October 10th, 2024, kill date, Ethel Kennedy, the widow of Robert F. Kennedy, as, we were going into elections. We get that date a month before. And, December 26th, Richard Parsons, also you'll see, and he's a Time Warner CEO, you'll also see, CEOs exit their role and probably most likely fake their death, or, probably get killed too if they're not with it. But if they're with the program, they'll just fake their death. And Richard Parsons, I have no doubt, is one of them guys. All right, so, the kill date. That's the kill date right here. And then on the 2025 calendar, I have them labeled right here. January 18th, February 17th, March 16th, April 15th, all the way down. So those dates are, highlighted. Okay, the yellow days are the 38 and 83 date numerology. It's another date that's really practiced in occult rituals, because 38 and 83 are numbers that are related to, murder, okay, and death. and killing. RIP equals 38. Gematria even equals 38, and that's what they used to coordinate this stuff. And 3883 date rituals, man, like I had so much trouble trying to fit this on here, but I had to do it. The text is a little small, but it's just I just had to put it on here just because it's just a major day that is practiced and a lot of deaths on 3883 date on dates. And it's not just I have it written right here. Look, at 38 is notorious for ritual murder and death, but it is not limited to just 38 date numerology. It can be used in age, span of days, months, years, and 38 names / word gematria, or etc. So oftentimes you'll see celebrities die 83 days before their birthday, 38 days after, 38 days after their last game, 38 days after they did whatever and they made a big fuss about it in the news. Always. Or the dead at 38. I'll read a couple. I'll go through a couple just so you could get the gist. Like, if you're new, so you get the gist. Big Juke rapper equals 38. So you'll see a lot of rappers die by the 38 code, especially in Memphis. Last year there were so many rapper deaths in Memphis. It was crazy. But look at Big Juke, rapper from Memphis, killed on 38 date numerology. Rapper and Memphis equals 38. Just like that. It's as simple and easy as like that. That's how they do it. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, death announced on 3/8, March 8th, in the year of the dragon. So that was like another 38 date ritual. They waited. He died, I think, a week or two prior, but they waited till March 8th, to make the announcement, because 38 equals murder, killing, RIP, gematria, death. Okay. Mr. C, DJ killed on 38 date numerology, boosted the career of many rappers. Rapper 38. Brother Marquise, pioneer of the Miami bass. Rapper equals 38. Brother Marquise dead. There's another. It's not always rappers. Look at Willie Mays, dead on 83 days before his MLB conclusion debut, and dead on 83rd day of San Francisco Giants season. Giants lose this night and receive 38th loss of the season. So, not only did he die by the 83 code and 38, but the Giants were also participating in the ritual, his team, his ex-teams. O.J. Simpson, dead on 38 date numerology. We could go on and on and on, man. Joe Jollybean Bryant, Kobe Bryant's dad, dead 38 days before Kobe Bryant's birthday, when Joe Bryant equals 38. Like, come on. Fat Man Scoop, related to hip-hop and rap, dead on 38 date numerology. Rich Homie Quan, dead on 38 date numerology. Rapper equals 38. Tito Jackson, brother of Michael Jackson, dead 83 days after Michael Jackson's death anniversary. Just like that. Pete Rose, dead at 83 on 83 date numerology. And that was like on the last day, first day of the playoffs. Actually, it was supposed to be like an off day for MLB, but they had to play another game to decide a tiebreaker, and that winner went to the playoffs. So basically, it was like a postseason game. So it was like the first day of the postseason, Pete Rose dies. You know what I mean? So that's the 3883 date numerology. I have them all labeled. They're all the yellow dates right here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Day with 33 date numerologies are orange ones. Those are, relevant too. You'll see maybe not so much deaths. Yes, deaths. Of course, deaths are practiced. The main ritual that these sickles practice. But you'll see other things too. Could be 33 dead here, or 33 foot story, 33 storied building collapses, or something like that. 137 people infected with something. 137 is 33rd prime. Always something like that. Keep an eye out for those. Same thing with the green ones. The green ones are the day with 44 numerology. 44 is a big number when it comes to killing and deaths, you know, because kill equals 44, cancer equals 44, chemo equals 44, execution equals 44, shooting equals 44, military equals 44, harp equals 44, lightning, blizzard, earthquake all equal 44 as well. You'll see, you know, some major weather catastrophes, you know, mostly due to weather modification. But yes, and then the blue ones, the 52 and 25 date numerology. All the blue dates are 52 numerology at least, and the ones with the green numbers on the blue is the 25 date numerology. And I highlighted those just to make it a little special because we are in the year 2025. Death equals 2025. We've already seen major deaths used, being used using 25. For example, Irv Gotti right here died on February 5th, 2525. You know what I'm saying? And just to backtrack a little bit, what's her name? It was Gene Hackman and the girl. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. The girl from Buffy, or from, yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was a girl, a little girl, I should say. But yeah, I mean, I'll throw her name out there later. But both announced their deaths. Both announced on March 26th with 38 date numerology. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works. Okay, so that's the blues. Now I just added other things just to keep an eye on for, you know, experimental, and we've seen it before. So anything that I have on here, we have. It's not like we've never seen it before. It's not like I'm throwing things out there on this calendar that might happen or whatever, you know. We've seen on all these, like for example, Yom Kippur, Purim, Passover, which is Easter, Tisha B'Av, all this, we've seen rituals happen on that day. So, you know, everything that I have on here is relevant. You know, do they do it this year on, say, Yom Kippur? I don't know. There's always something, but sometimes it's little and it's not really on the news, I guess. Mostly they are, but, you know, sometimes they just, you know, I don't know. Sometimes they don't use Purim that year. Maybe it's not as relevant that year as it is, you know, next year. So they're going to do it next year. I don't know. But either way, at least within the last 10 years, all these, what I have on here, is being done and being used. Okay, so we'll just start from the top. The spring equinox, March 20th. The summer solstice, June 20th. You see the sun? Barely. Autumn equinox and the winter solstices are all labeled on here. The dotted lines on top of the dates is Mercury retrograde. You know, just so you know, just so you have a reference, and so, you know, this is also, and I'll show you the pocket version of this after. But it's cool to have like in your pocket, or even just to give it out, you know, so other people could get hip to what the hell's going on. We have two lunar eclipses this year. One already happened on March 13th, and the next one is on September 7th. So they're labeled there, and that one might be interesting because it's a 25 date numerology as well. Okay, the full moons and new moons are marked on there, are labeled, just to, you know, just get a reference. New moon, full moons. We got Jewish holidays, satanic holidays, Hexennight, Lupercalia, Halloween, and Valentine, and Sol Invictus. And, you know, other occult dates that, again, we've seen them practice rituals on these dates. The Jesuits, officially recognized by Rome, which is September 27th. So that's what that symbol is. August 11th, establishment date of HARP. You know, and this in 2025, the establishment date of HARP also falls on a kill date. So that's a date to look out for. Okay, another occult date is establishment date of the Society of Jesus. This is when the Jesuits were recognized by Rome. This is the actual establishment date. And the establishment date of the Bavarian Illuminati, will see rituals on that date as well. All right. Again, the word gematria, just for a little bit, a thorough reference right here of these numbers that are highlighted. 52 and 25. The first active admitted weather warfare was in 1952 using RAF rainmakers. Flood, 52 and 25. Hurricane, 52. Energy, 25. Pope, 52 and 25. Technology, 52. Earth, 52. Fire, H2O, RAF, Enlil, Devil, Prophecy. Not Prophecy. The ones before are 25, Prophecy, 52. The words Enlil, Devil, Flood, and Earth also have gematria of 83 in reverse. And in Genesis 8:3, it says, and the waters receded from the earth, speaking of the end of a flood. Okay? So 25 and 52 are related to weather, is related to weather, since, for a while now. And this, whether it's for a while or just yesterday, not, they practice it. Whether it's true or not, they practice it. These guys aren't like dudes in the garage down the street bumping like Slayer and shit. These guys actually control the world and pull strings. Oh, sorry. The neighbors out there doing something. All right. All right. So 44 again, like I said earlier, another number connected to kill, cancer, chemo, execution, shooting, military, harp, lightning, blizzard, and earthquake. 38, death, murder, killing, RIP, English, and gematria all equal 38. And 223, natural disaster equals 223. High frequency active auroral research program equals 223, which is HARP, the acronym for HARP. And it was established on the 223rd day of the year. Okay, that was a tidbit that I added for the 2023 calendar, but I just kept it on there because it's still valuable info. It's still related to 2025, so I left it. And that's just for the 2025. Something new that I added. I wanted to add something like a little unique. I got a lot of ideas for 2026 that I'm gonna do, but I wanted to add a little something unique, and I wanted to put the baseball gematria. There's always questions, and it's obvious that baseball is related to Freemasonry, and we know that these organizations like Freemasonry and Theosophy Society and all these cults sacrifice. They believe in this blood sacrifice thing. So, and they do it in threes. They worship the number three. Threes, I think all numbers are relevant, but three, they use three a lot. Okay, and that's why they sacrifice in three. And just to give an example, I just, showed how the MLB baseball did what I call a triadic sacrifice, trio. So I'll just read it what it says. This section highlights a triadic sacrifice, one of the most common death rituals performed for its proven power and energy, a method used in occult traditions where 3 deaths mark the beginning, peak, and end of a cycle. In the 2024 MLB season, this was evident with the death of Pete Rose on the first day of the playoffs, Fernando Valenzuela days before the World Series is set and begins, and Ricky Henderson after the season ended. Satanic, Luciferian, and Saturnian cults use triple sacrifices to align with celestial events, while Freemasonry and Rosicrucian traditions incorporate triads in ritual death for transformation. Groups like Fraternitas Saturni and the cult of Kronos have long practiced such rituals, shaping major events across the world. So I have a little timeline right there, and then the gematria of baseball, how gematria in baseball, the word baseball and MLB and Major League Baseball all relate to the actual rules and the object of the game of baseball. So for example, baseball equals 54, 18, 162, and 54, as you see right here. In a complete game, because it could go extra innings, but in a complete game, there's 9 innings. Both in a complete game, both teams would bat. And in order to complete a complete game, they would need 54 total outs. Okay, 27 on each side, 3 per inning. 9 times 3, 27, you get it? 54 outs total. Okay. 18, it's basically 9 on 9. Okay. 9 on 9, 18. 9 versus 9. You get nine batters each, and and you guys just go head to head per inning. 162, there's 162 games in a regular season in Major League Baseball. So, like, that's no coincidence at all. And then it equals 54 backwards as well. So, MLB, 27, like I just said, one team on one side needs 27 outs for in a complete game. Again, 9. Okay. 9 players. I know I'm missing something with 9. There's also 9 innings, 9 innings. And 9 players, 9 versus 9. Okay, and then there's that 54 again, 54 outs in a total complete game. And then there's the 18 again, 9 on 9. And even Major League Baseball equals 162. Okay, and again, Major League Baseball, their regular season is 162 games long. Okay, and these three, they're not really, I don't think, are related to the actual rules of the game, but you will always see 117, 351, and 63 in these rituals. Always. Always. Okay, so that's just a quick rundown of the 2025 kill calendar. I dubbed it 25 to life or 1-4 doomed, just to like kind of mark the calendar, I guess. I know it's kind of marked with the date already, but just to give it a little theme, I guess. Give it a little uniqueness. 25 to life or 1-4 doom. It's almost like, once we're born, the cabal's waiting. What are we going to do? We're going to do the 25 to life, or we're going to be that 1-4 doomed. Don't be the 1-4 doomed or the 25 to life. That's just it just sounded cool. And it fits right. It looks cool. So I threw it on there. Then, I got a X account that I don't really use, but I'll start using it when I can, Vidal Carmenita, and a blogger that I'm going to start blogging on and kind of documenting and following this calendar as it goes. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Go follow that right there. The bloggers, just go to vidalcarmenita.blogspot.com. All right, so this is the 2025 kill calendar. The 2026 calendar is already getting underway, and it's going to be way more sophisticated, and I think there's going to be like maybe an app or something attached to it to help document and at least have a discussion about it or something like that. There's a lot of ideas floating around right now, but it's 2026 is going to be a cool one. So if you want to download this, I forgot to tell you guys, if you want to download this, the kill calendar, you can go right here. I have a link tree, and in the shop, you go to the shop part in the link tree, and the Vidal Carmenita link tree, and there's a place where you could digitally download it. I'm gonna adjust it. I was maybe like $2 for the digital copy, and then they're being printed right now. Maybe $5 or $10 for the actual poster, and I'm gonna include the pocket poster too, cause just cause. But and if you're broke or don't want to pay for it or don't think it's that valuable but still want it, just email me, and I'll just email you the download. I'm not really trying to make dough. I would like to make some dough to put it to some more projects, but either way, I'm gonna just keep pumping these projects out because I feel it's like it's my duty. I was put here to do this. If I know this knowledge, I had to put it out there. So I'm not just gonna keep it to myself. I'm not gonna force it to anyone. I'm just gonna share it, and if they think it's relevant or whatever, then They're going to be one of the lucky ones, the illuminated ones, the real Illuminati. We're the real Illuminati, the ones that know what's going on and not trapped in the Matrix and not influenced by the Matrix, sees right through the Matrix. That's who we are. So anyways, that's it. I have another project that I'm gonna share that I haven't put on here, but I'll put it on after this video. So that's where you could get the calendar, 2025 kill calendar, and also the Kobe book, the Kobe Bryant Death Ritual Volume 1, that I'll also be going over real quick right now. So that's the 2025 kill calendar. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the pocket kill calendar. This pocket kill calendar is cool. I like these pocket kill calendars. It's kind of like how they give out the baseball schedules, but instead it's the kill calendar, baby. So look, you can see the dot line where you fold it. You fold it right here, it becomes like a pocket kill calendar. Basically has everything that the 2025 kill calendar that I just showed you has, but this one folds and fits right in your pocket. You could rock these in your car. You could hand them out. Yeah, even I have a couple that I have last year that I used to whip. I just carry them with me in my backpack or in my pocket, and just whip them out like, oh, today's April 3rd. What's going on today? You know, and it's like, oh shit, it's this numerology, without actually having to look at the numerology. And the 2025 one is going to work even better because I have more stuff on it. You'll know the signs, you know, what sign we're in, like Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, all that. You know, if we're in a retrograde, how far the lunar eclipse is, all that. So the pocket count is cool. I like. The only thing different that I have on here that I don't have on the kill calendar poster is the Gematria Legends section. The Gematria Legends, I always like to give a shout out to the other Gematria Legends and heads, because not that I get everything from them, but just the collaboration with everybody's findings, you know, just elevates this work to the next level every time. So upside down, I'm gonna try to read it upside down, but when you fold it, it's right side up, obviously. But Zachary K. Hubbard, of course, Rambo, the Truth Codes, Gematria 32, AJ Straight, Derek Takeri, Arthur Pacharo, Daria, the Gematria Nerd, Kayla, Decode Talker, Amy Cracked Their Code, Zenith of the Alpha, Dan Barrett, John Infinite, One Infinite Consciousness, and Bryson Bell. Those are the ones that I have in there that are considered Gematria Legends that have been in the game for a long time and put in and elevated the work to what it is now and continue to do so, you know. But that's not to say that there's no other legends out there. It's just those are the ones that I you know, those are like the Mount Rushmore. I know there's like 10 of them on there, but that's like the Mount Rushmore. But Big Zach, you know, Big Zach is the one that brought this to us and cracked the code, and he's still and always will be like the face of the street gematria, you know. So shout out to Big Zach, Zachary K. Hubbard, check him out. But that's the pocket kill calendar, right? So that's the pocket kill calendar that you can get with you could have a digital download or just, you know, get it with the poster. I'll have a download for this too on there. I don't have the pocket kill calendar in the shop yet. I'm doing all that after. I just want to get this video out real quick before a bike ride. Okay, then in 2023, I wrote this book about Kobe Bryant, the ritual of Kobe Bryant death ritual, obvious death ritual. It was foreshadowed before and after his death, or foreshadowed before his death, and they continue to do the same, use the same numbers and rituals after his death. For example, he released his first book 157 days before his last birthday. Then after his last birthday, 157 days later, he dies. And Kobe Bryant equals 157. So, you know, even when he was alive, He was practicing these numbers. I don't know if it's him or his handlers or they really killed him or not, but all I know is that this whole story is fabricated from the beginning, the Kobe Bryant story. All right. So, just go through them right here. These are the pages. Goes through Kobe's gematria, other numbers associated with Kobe. Computer's running a little slow. But you get it. I don't know what's going on here. But I put a lot of work into these, man. It's not easy. It's fun and fulfilling. So that's why I do them. But it's just not easy, man. Especially then you got to edit it after and all that. It's work and research and then getting it down on paper. Damn, it's like 3 hard things to do: research, get it down on paper, and then edit. It's like crazy. But it has to be done. I know this knowledge and I'm able to do it, so I'm gonna do it because that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's the Kobe book. My favorite page, just real quick before I end it, and the Kobe section. My favorite page is the top 10 predicted programming of Kobe Bryant's death. From 10 all the way down to 1. It has the QR code for you to use your phone and watch it for yourself. That's my favorite page. So yeah, that's the Kobe book. It's in the shop. I say, I'm gonna adjust it to $2-3 a digital copy. You want the full hard copy, probably gonna be $10. But again, it's not about the money. It's about getting the word out and using the same fiat to fight back. Come on, man. I know everyone's buying a bunch of bullshit right now, drinking, eating, or watching and holding a bunch of bullshit you bought with your money. Just kidding. Not everybody, but I know most of us out here are like, not us, not me, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's the Kobe. That's the Kobe book. And then this one took me forever because it's so dense. I wrote it 2 years ago, but I was barely able to get it finished and edited now because this was so dense. And this is the ritual sacrifice of capital Steez. The reason why I chose to do Kobe and capital Steez is because even without the knowledge of the occult or the awareness of ritual sacrifice, fans of capital Steez and Kobe and others who heard about these guys' stories are skeptical about it. You know what I mean? And even to the extent where they even start looking into it and start, getting introduced to the concept of ritual sacrifice. A lot of hip-hop heads that I know are aware of ritual sacrifice because of capital Steez and how he died and the timing of his death and everything, and the timing of his death. And, just because, the timing is on Christmas Eve-ish, and right as his pro-era rap group that he created took off, and he's not even reaping the benefits. It's another dude, Joey Badass, which I've explained all in here. So I like to dub. I like to dub or mark each of my projects. This one I dubbed, I guess it's like a little bit of a dedication, I guess. Maybe not. A dedication's the wrong word, but this one I dubbed it 50 years of hip hop 2023. This is my little contribution to that year, to their birthday, I guess. So yeah, it's the Capital Steez. The Capital Steez will be in the shop on my Linktree, Vidal Carmenita Linktree. Probably be for the physical. Probably be $10, and for a digital copy, maybe $2-3. Depending how I have it, depending how much they charge me to do this, But I'm not gonna try to break no one's balls. But it'll be on the shop right there. And again, if you're broke and don't want to read it first, just email me and I'll just shoot you the digital download. But Yeah, so this is the capital Steez right here. I did everything. I wrote it, researched it, even the illustrations I did, man, and it was a lot of work. And this is probably, hopefully, this is the densest project I do because this is really dense. But it had to be done, and it had to be said, and it had to be put in physical form for the Walking Dead out here that don't know, and for the ones that kind of know that need a little boost. After the Capital Steez fans, Pro Era, and Joey Badass Heads in New York and all around the world read this, they're gonna know exactly what happened and what's going on. There's that jackhammer. All right, so peep this. All right, so those are my four projects that I have. Four projects that I have out right now. Mainly three if you count the pocket calendar, then it's four. But I got these two books and the calendar. I'm working on another book. I don't want to say what it's about yet, but it's coming along great. And like as I research more, it's like it gets more undeniable and more it gets more dense, and hopefully not as dense as this. It's not even close to as dense as the Capital Steez ritual, but it's gonna be really informative. And this is what I think. Had a couple feedback from a couple people too, and they said this is really informative. There's a lot of words in here that just alone they Googled just see what it meant, and took them down the rabbit hole. And that's what I like to hear, because we have to know this shit. This is ancient, and it's still being used today, and it's made to be hidden, and it's made to not be seen. And but we're over here, we're seeing it, and we're not being influenced by the Matrix. So all right, I'm gonna end it there. Peace out. Cop the calendar, show your friends, and the whole shaboodle. All right, until next time.